Welcome to Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour, with your host, Douglas B. and Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man. Veterans Air is coming to you live from beautiful downtown Conroe in the Lone Star Community Radio Station's beautiful offices. I wanted to remind you that you can listen to us live every month, the first Tuesday of each month. First Tuesday of each month at 1 p.m. here on your Lone Star Community Radio. As always, housekeeping, you can listen to us on VeteransAir.us and give us a call, or better yet, text us on our in-studio Google phone.
Please do. Please text us. No one has done it but me.
936-344-3083. That's not true. I get texts every once in a while. I do. We have an exciting show for you this month. Yes, we do. We're supposed to have the commander of the VFW 4709, Floyd Stewart. Floyd, where are you? Here to talk about Hurricane Harvey and things that are going on at the post, but Floyd's not here. And this is why Dan is wearing his
That's me.
VFW 4709 hat,
Yep.
and I am wearing my American Legion Commander hat. So you get to talk about the VFW today, and I'll talk about the American Legion.
Okay, I'm just going to throw out that I haven't been to a meeting in a while because I work and I'm not retired, so I'm going to probably wing it.
That's good. That's what I'm going to do, too.
I'm pretty sure that's what they do at the meetings anyways.
That's pretty much what we do, unless Boogie's there. Hey, Boog. We have muffins. We have banana muffins and blueberry muffins from our fine people next door at Conroe Coffee. Dick, we have 2 blueberries and a banana. You get to take your pick. So what are you going to do today? Well, we're going to talk about Hurricane Harvey. We're going to talk about all the people that helped out. And we're going to start our 4-part series in the Surviving the Superstorm kit. Yes, Dan and I are going to tell you what's in our Superstorm kits. And this is something totally different than your bug out bag. So you want to take some notes. There will be a lot of URLs and whatnot coming out in this broadcast. Don't feel that you have to write them down because I'll probably tell them wrong. But remember always to go check our archives on VeteransAir.us, where I will have all of the links underneath the video portion of this. What are we going to do today? Oh, before we get started, we have a long list of people that we have to thank.
That's right.
Because if you're listening to my voice, you have survived Hurricane Harvey. Raise your right hand. Place behind your head. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. You survived.
Yeah.
I want to thank these people for their unselfishness in helping their fellow Houstonians and Texans.
Doug, I just want to point out that they just have a hero complex.
That I have a hero complex?
Everyone who helped out has just a hero complex. They're not good people. They just have a hero complex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It can be solved with the correct application of pharmaceuticals.
It's selfish to help other people.
That's right. Well, you know what? Let's thank some people. I want to thank this radio station, the Conroe, the Lone. What are we? We're the Lone Star Community Radio, and the city of Conroe for keeping us informed and entertained during the storm. If you did not tune in to 104.5 and 60, what's our call signs? What are we in?
104.5 and 106.1 in the Conroe area.
Thank you, Silvertone Devil. You. I also want to give a big thank you to Interfaith of the Woodlands and all the good people at the businesses that opened their doors to serve as donation centers. Thank you, guys. Friends of Conroe and VFW 4709. I want to thank them for feeding us. A special shout out to Dugan Rangers. No, who are they? They're Dugan Raiders. Dugan Raiders, Boogie, and the American Legion's Jim Anderson. These guys prepared 40,000 meals as a minimum during the height of the storm. 40,000. Want to say a big shout out and thank you to the Cajun Navy, the Texas Navy, and that average guy with a bass boat just going out there rescuing people.
That's right. And so in some parts, it was curbside pickup right to your second-story window.
Absolutely. And they didn't leave Fido behind. They took him too.
I think they just ripped off HEB's curbside pickup.
I think so. Speaking of HEB,
Hey.
I want to thank HEB, your hometown grocery. Oh, my God, HEB. I can't thank these people enough. When FEMA and the Red Cross, they said, hey, just hang on, we can't get there yet, HEB said, oh, yeah? Here, hold my beer and watch this. HEB deployed their disaster tractor trailers, and they went down to places other than Houston, which, of course, they were there. But they went down to Corpus Christi. They went to Rockport. They went to Port Aransas. They went to Port Arthur. These are towns, Rockport, by the way, and Port Arthur and Aransas. These towns don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they're pretty much gone.
They're gone. HEB came down there with tractor trailers that are set up as kitchens and said, we're going to feed you 3 meals a day right from here.
Also have a shower and a bathroom.
That's right. They deployed their showers and bathroom tractor trailers down there. They deployed their pharmacy to these affected areas.
Right.
And they charged people. They did. You know what they charged them? Goose egg. Nada. Show up. You're a victim. We're here to help you. HEB, thank you. I want to send a special thank you to the HEB on 105 and 336. Because, and I'll tell you why, but big thank out to Frank and Gabe down there. Thank you so much. I want to thank the HEB up here on Fraser and 336. Thank you. I know that we wiped out your entire shelf of supplies, but thank you. Thank you so very much. I want to thank the members of the American Legion 411. These guys spent countless hours, and they still are. They're out volunteering all over the county. You'll see them, and you'll go, hey, what are you doing here? He's like, volunteering, dude.
I just work here.
The American Legion went and purchased, when the call went out that we need supplies. And as you know, Post 411 does not have a home. We don't have a post home.
That's right. We're floaters. Can't get
We're
rid of
floaters.
us.
That's right. We hang out at the Popular Business Park. Thank you, Jack, Jerry. But anyway, we said, okay, no problem. We went out and we started gathering supplies from the local stores. And when we went in there, and this is why HEB gets a shout out, I went in and I said, I need personal toiletry items because I'm taking them down to the shelter. And the manager over there, he said, you know what? Go on over there and take everything. I went, excuse me? He said, take it all. So we did. And we loaded up the cars with personal toiletry items and blankets and pillows and whatnot, and we brought it on down to the shelters so people could have some place to sleep and brush their teeth, because that's really important. Want to thank VFW 4709 and the Friends of Conroe, because the Post went above and beyond. Dan, what did the VFW do?
They opened their doors and got pretty much every member they could, at least that I saw, and they basically just started accepting supplies. People didn't even have to unload the supplies they were getting. They pulled up and 6 people would run out there and just grab everything and bring it inside, get it sorted, get it ready to go. They have more supplies than they know what to do with.
This is true. The outpouring from this community is unbelievable. Yep. I could not believe this. Let me tell you the story. So our district commander for the American Legion got a call from the state commander and said, we need water in Beaumont. And he can't get to Beaumont at that time because everything was flooded. So the district commander, Ed Jarvis, said, I got this. He loads up his truck. He drives up north, gets 60 cases of water, because that's as much as his truck can hold, and starts driving down to Beaumont. He gives me a call. I said, what are you doing driving to Beaumont with 60 cases of water? He said, Post 817 down there is a shelter. They have people, and they have no water because the pumps in Beaumont are broken. 411 said, is anybody else doing anything? He said, I don't know about that. And I said, all right, hold my beer and watch this. So I sent a call out to our members and said, hey, I need somebody with a high water vehicle to drive their butts down to Beaumont, help our friends and Legionnaires down there with the truckload of water. I got so many calls, so I sent that as an email. I started getting calls like 20 minutes later. Where do I need to be? Where am I picking up the water? And it was like a raffle of who got the honor to go and drive this stuff in the middle of the night down to Beaumont. Strick, if you're listening to this, what a dude. Outstanding. He went down there, drove the 60 cases of water down there, because this is as much as the truck would hold, and drove back in the middle of the night, 3:30 in the morning. Damn, Strick. The people of this community are fantastic.
That's right. No other place like it.
And you know what? If I missed thanking you, it's not because you didn't do anything. It's just because this is only an hour show.
That's right. Oh, I'd like to thank my bosses.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Joe and Kelly from Pro Home Services. They donated 2 box trucks, a 24-footer, and I believe a 16-footer to the Friends of Conroe and VFW for extra storage.
If you still need stuff, head on over to the VFW. Got you covered. If you're looking for a way to volunteer, drop on over to the Interfaith of Woodlands website and just sign up as a volunteer. I'll be manning the phones this Friday from 8 to 5 p.m. Did I miss anybody? Yes. Look at that. I'm glad I wrote that down. Wait. I have to thank the LEOs and first responders of this great community who risked their very lives to get people out of there. And let's not forget the United States Coast Guard. Hey, Coasties, I can't believe I'm going to say this about the Coast Guard. You earned the right to say, hoorah. Way to go, U.S. Coast Guard. I mean, these guys have skills. I saw a picture of you guys setting the helicopter down on the street with huge ponderosa pine trees on both sides. That boy got some skills.
Hey.
That boy got some skills.
He must be prior service.
Has to be prior service. We had, and I don't have my timer on, so you're going to have to look and tell me. I have 3 minutes before the first break. God, outstanding. Floyd, the commander of the VFW, is supposed to be here, but he isn't, so it must mean he must be doing something. Supplies are still coming into the VFW. If you did not know that, it's still true. Supplies are still coming in every day, and we are a distro point. So whatever you need, call the VFW. Hey, look at that. That's Floyd. Should we put on speakerphone?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
This is Doug Burrell from Veterans Air. You're live on the radio. Hey, Floyd, how you doing?
I can call him if you like and put him on the air.
Okay. Well, you're broken and distorted. I think you're coming over here, right?
5 minutes. All
Good.
right.
Come on in when you get here. Talk to you then. Bye. So, oh, well. Good. Floyd's going to be here. He's going to tell us what he's going to do. That's great. Where was I? Oh, so yes, there are supplies coming in. As a matter of fact, they got 2 tractor trailers in just yesterday of building supplies from up in Dallas. So there are places, just because the immediate emergency is over, doesn't mean that long-term recovery has been forgotten about.
That's right. Months and months of it, possibly years.
Yes. People are going to need everything. Mm-hmm. You know, I have a desk in my garage right now. If you need a desk, give the radio station a call. Give us a call, 936. What is our phone number? Oh, wait a second. I wrote it down because I keep forgetting it. It's 936-344-3083. Give us a call. I have a beautiful computer desk that you can have. It's yours. Just come get it. And again, let us know what it is you need. You can check on the as a matter of fact, you should go over to Veteran Air's Facebook page and the American Legion in Conroe's Facebook page, because we've set both those things up to put the latest information out there for the community. Just go to those Facebook pages, follow them, and when something happens, we're going to put it there. Distro points open up. People that are volunteering, people that need stuff, they're going there and they're posting on this Facebook page, and we're making sure that we make those connections for them. You know, we're gonna jump out. How much time do I have there, Dick? I got 1 minute. Okay, we're gonna do some local announcements when we come back for the break. But I want to remind everybody that school is back in session. Slow your sorry butt down. Get off of the cell phone. You don't need to be talking or texting going through these school zones. Now, Dan's smiling. Yeah.
Oh, no, not me, but I drive a lot, and I see a lot of people. We actually have a game called Drunk Texting or Wild Card, and call out Wild Card, you got to describe what they're doing in the car. I've seen some crazy stuff that I can't say on the radio, people doing on the road, the freeways.
Yeah, me too. Well, this is Veterans Air, and we'll be back right after this short break.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Welcome back to Veterans Air with your host, Douglas B. and Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man. Yes, we're chowing down on the muffins that we got from Conroe Coffee right next door.
Yeah, this is my lunch. After this, I'm back to work.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
You have a day job.
I do. You don't pay me, Doug.
This is volunteer work.
Oh.
You know, it's part of your community service for your deferred adjudication
Listen,
for
man,
your felony, man.
I didn't know there was a school there. That's all I gotta say.
We're waiting for Floyd, the commander of the VFW 4709, to come in. He called. He said he was on those way. So we're going to do what we do at the end of the show. We'll do it now. September happenings. September 12th, 7 p.m., American Legion monthly meeting. You need to be there. Everybody needs to be there. September 23rd, from 1 to 5 p.m., tap into the hoppiest beer festival around when the Woodlands Craft Fest returns to the Christie Allen Nature Park at 5831 Wood Forest Parkway, Saturday, September 23rd in Wood Forest. Beer Fest.
I don't really drink anymore.
Neither do I. But, you know, I will go down and watch people get hammered.
I always like beer wenches.
Beer wenches?
Yeah. It's probably offensive to somebody, but
I've seen the way that your wife and my daughter and Fetus Girl and the rest of them dress for Renifo. What's your name?
Yes. I forgot though. I wasn't expecting Fetus Girl to be thrown out on the air.
You've seen her at the Renaissance Fest. They all can classify as beer wenches.
A lot of people at
They can
Renifo.
classify as beer wenches. Oh, hand me the knife, would you? No. Bitter Glitter's knife. Well, yeah, that is Bitter Glitter's knife. But listen, it's time for the monthly Bitter Glitter pocket knife giveaway. The folks over at VeteransAir.us have given Dan and me a bunch of great pocket knives to give away. And we can't do that on the radio because this is community radio. So to get this, you have to go over to VeteransAir.us, and you can have this beautiful pocket knife just for you. We'll mail it to you. Yes, you have to be 18. What else was I going to say? I want to wait for Floyd because I don't want to get into the first of the two-part series. Floyd, you're here. Outstanding. Get a seat on over yonder. Hey, we're on the air already. You're late.
I know it. I looked at my damn telephone and
Hey,
that's why I called you.
hey, world. Commander Floyd Stewart of VFW Post 4709 has just walked in. We're going to get him on the radio, get him all set up, and we're going to start talking about what it is that the VFW 4709, what they did during Hurricane Harvey and what they're still doing. As soon as he's ready, he'll be able to tell us. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Welcome to the show, Commander.
Thank you. We've been working like a pack of wild dogs, day and night, all day. I've still got one more truck and trailer coming in from Pennsylvania.
You were supposed to call me yesterday when those two other tractor trailers showed up. And
I
you
know,
didn't.
they showed up. We had to send them south. We're trying to arrange for a warehouse-type distribution point in the Carpus area, Ingleside, Victoria,
Outstanding.
somewhere down there. It's loaded with food, water, baby supplies, no clothing. All of our shelters are full of clothes. The one over on Pollock Drive is passing out clothing to anybody that needs it. I got a phone call this morning from Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. We've got a 94-year-old World War II vet in River Plantation that was totally flooded. His house was gutted by one of the church groups that was pulling sheetrock down. Trying to arrange for some help for him and his wife. His wife's 89. They got him into an apartment, got him out of the house. We want to try to get some help, both financial and manpower-wise, to go in there and make his house livable. Living room, kitchen. So they can move back into their home and out of an apartment. That's not going too far just yet, but it's something we're working on. I've got some grant money in Austin, got some grant money at National in Kansas City that I can get directed toward him. I don't know currently if he's a member of our post or not, but I've got a membership application in the truck, and he must be a VFW member to receive any of these benefits.
Well, if he's not a member of yours, he's probably a member of mine.
That's true. He could be.
And I think, hey, everybody, let me tell you what's going on. Floyd and I had a couple of conversations about what's the VFW and the American Legion, how we should respond to a natural disaster when the community needs us. Because we both have the same organization. Basically, we're both veteran service organizations. And you know what? 90% of American Legion members are VFW members, and 90% of VFW members are American Legion members. I myself am a member of both organizations. And Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So the VFW and the American Legion, we're going to sit down here next week, and we're going to talk about how we can combine both organizations during a time of national emergency, and see what we can provide, what each organization can provide. So we have so the community has one point of contact, and we're not duplicating efforts. That's
true. We had
40,000 meals.
We had a lot of duplication. We did 40,000 meals, partnered with the Friends of Conroe, which is just across tracks from us. Kevin Brady was able to come through like gangbusters and got us almost 10,000 pounds of uncooked meat delivered from South Dakota.
I saw pictures online.
We took a bunch of pictures, and that was a godsend.
And we have duplicate efforts because Jim Anderson's out there cooking at the same time.
Jim, I gave him 4 cases of pork butts.
Yep, and he cooked them all up too.
After I told him that that was one of the worst barbecuers in the world, but Jim's personal friend, so we were picking at each other.
Don't be picking on my pitmaster. I'll go steal Boogie from you.
Oh, you can have him.
Boogie, did you hear that? You're on the way out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Commander. You still have supplies that you're still distributing, right?
No. We have cleaned out our haul at the VFW. We sent it all over to Pollock Street for the city distribution point.
Outstanding.
We took the remainder of the unprepared food that we had on that reefer truck out back, went to Ellington Air Force Base, to the Navy people down there. They were going to prepare it and ship it toward Beaumont. I carried 1,000 pounds on my truck of cooked meat and uncooked meat to Bridge City, Texas. After several conversations with DPS troopers who had roads blocked, we finally got through. I left here at 12 o'clock and got back at 10 o'clock that night. Pretty good adventure just to get into that flooded area over there. The boys that came down from Dallas, Rednecks with Paychecks, was their group,
I saw them on Facebook.
Had that huge bus, 4-wheel drive bus. They went to Beaumont to help people get out. And they had the vehicles that could traverse high water. Saw one kind of video on the news that I laughed at. One of their Tahoes that had tractor tires on it was coming up a road out of the water. Looked like it was 7-8 foot deep and had a yellow tow strap on it. As it got up the incline of the roadway, they were towing an Army deuce and a half out of high water.
I saw that.
They're stuck, then there's Army stuck.
If you want it broke, just give it to a grunt. We can take care of it. Floyd, you mentioned that you're trying to get stuff down a warehouse in the Corpus Christi. 5 minutes? Good. Down in that area. And as you know, my day job as a CTO is with East Meets West Productions, and they're down in Corpus Christi. We currently don't have a building. The wind just ripped it right off. However, the boss down there, Darlene Gregory, she is also the president of the Uptown Neighborhood Initiative and very involved in the charity work of the city. She's also the agent of record for the police department down there. I'm going to get you two together.
Yes, get us together because that truck is leaving Pennsylvania tomorrow or Thursday. We're not real sure when it's loaded. It's an 18-wheeler loaded with cleanup supplies, more or less, and fresh drinking water. And it should roll in here either Sunday or early Monday morning. We need to be able to redirect him and send him south.
I would hazard to guess that Darlene knows where that 18-wheeler can go to stage.
They need a warehouse with a tow motor at it to unload that truck.
What's a tow motor?
A forklift.
Oh, a forklift.
I'm sorry. You're not East Texas enough to know tow motors.
I'm a Yankee, Floyd. Didn't they tell you?
I know. I don't hold that against you.
Oh, that's good.
Carpetbagger.
Get back my VFW hat.
Hey, man, mine's in the car.
So, yeah, I'm going to get you and Darlene together. And speaking of Darlene, she's the sponsor of the show, East Meets West Productions. And I should tell you that there are SBA loans and FEMA grants out there for the businesses. And if you don't know how to do it and you're a vet, you give Darlene a call. She'll help you out. What's my timing? I got 3 minutes? Good. Floyd, September 11th, what you doing?
September the 11th. We tried to coordinate with Montgomery County to use the courthouse as a place to do a presentation on September 11th. Never heard back from them. Of course, a hurricane came in between my initial contact and today. So we're going to do it at our post. We'll have a 911 program as dictated by VFW, and we will feed anybody that shows up. It may be pulled pork that's in the freezer and going to be thawed out, but
we might still have chicken and dumplings left by then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that little girl can get on her stepladder and stir that pot again.
That was the biggest pot of chicken and dumplings I've ever seen in my life.
30 gallons. You ought to see the photograph of her kitchen. She was using all 4 gas burners on her range to heat the pot.
And yet the pot was that big.
And had a stepladder beside her stove so she could get up and stir it.
We definitely have to get those on the website. You know that, right?
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do 9/11 at VFW 4709, 1303 West Siemens, and the general public is definitely invited.
What time?
6:30.
In the morning?
No, in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
18:30 hours.
That's better. Yeah, I'm a grunt. Yeah, I don't know AM, PM.
Civilians don't know 1800 hours.
As long as it's not dark 30.
No, it will be during daylight hours.
Good.
We're looking for a big turnout, a good turnout. One quick note: we have the Vietnam Moving Wall coming to Houston, sponsored by KHOU TV, Channel 8. We're a co-sponsor of that event. We don't have the exact location yet. Encourage all Vietnam veterans to please come out.
If you didn't come out, was it last year that we had the POW MIA car?
Yes.
Yeah, last year. If you did not come out to when we had the POW MIA car here, you missed a great one. Do not miss the moving wall. You might never make it to DC, and I tell you, I've gone a number of times to the wall to pay my respects, and it is a moving experience.
It is, and we will have posters or flyers that we'll blanket the community with as it gets closer. It's going to be in late October, it looks like.
Outstanding. All right, we have to go to break and do weather and news and probably a PSA, something like that. Dick, you ready? Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll talk more with Floyd, and we'll start our first part one of Surviving the Superstorm Kit. We'll be right back after these messages.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Welcome back to Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour. You're live with your host, Douglas B., Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man, and Commander Floyd Stewart from the VFW 4709, our local VFW.
As you can see, I've been move from my seat to my giant cooler here.
That's right. Why do we have a cooler?
Full of stuff.
A cooler's full of stuff. It must be time for part 1 of our 4-part series, Surviving the Superstorm Kit. So, everybody does bug out bag. What needs to be in your bug out bag? Well, what happens if you're not bugging out? What happens if you're staying? You need to be prepared. Just as much as you need to prepare to leave, you need to prepare to stay. And people laughed at me. They said, Doug, you're a prepper. I say, you know what? I am glad that I am, because I survived the superstorm and I got no water in the house. Dan, do I flood when it rains?
Yeah. Even when it thinks about raining, man.
Even when it thinks about raining, I flood. I did not flood this year. I got no water in the house. Why? I prepared my superstorm survival kit. Part 1, you need a generator. If you don't have a generator, go get a generator. I prefer a generator that's just enough to run certain things. Now, you have to figure out what's important for you. For me, it was the refrigerator, the VCR, or the Blu-ray player. Thank you, Dan. Dan gave me a Blu-ray player. Or a Blu-ray player, the TV, a fan, and a light. So I got myself a 3,000-watt generator. All you need to do to figure out how big of the generator that you need is to count up everything that you want to run, and the number of watts your total is. That's what the generator has to be. Now, Floyd,
Yes.
I know that last year we had a motion to buy generators for the VFW. Did we ever do that?
No. It died on the floor. A generator to power the VFW is $30,000. We didn't do that. We have members who brought in smaller generators, didn't have any air conditioning, but we were able to run our coolers and our kitchen and some lights off of small 10,000-watt portable generators.
That's right. A generator is needed if you're going to stay for the superstorm. You don't have to have a generator, but let me tell you, it makes life a whole lot easier, doesn't it?
All
It
that
does.
all
It
that
does.
food you have in your refrigerator is going to go bad if you don't have one.
Oh, let me tell you, one of our sponsors, East Meets West Productions, Darlene Gregory. Shout out, Dar. She's in Corpus Christi and lost power, lost everything in the refrigerator. She's got a Mangasa huge refrigerator. I swear it's got to be as big as our walk-in.
It's probably one of those ones that talks to you and tells you what you're running low on.
No. She doesn't have that, but I think she's going to get. I think she's going to get that. I am tasked to make her a Superstorm survival kit when I get down there later on this month, and that's why I know that we can find a place for that tractor trailer. Next thing on our survival kit. Remember, you're staying in place. You're not evacing. And by the way, there's 2 types of evac. There's a voluntary, and there's a mandatory. Dan, you want to tell us about the 2 of them?
Yeah, one of them's common sense, and the other one is, well, it's too late.
That's right. If you're under a voluntary evacuation, that's the powers that be telling you that you really should leave, that you're going to flood. But you can stay if you want to. Now, a mandatory evacuation, that's when they say, no, you're leaving regardless. Police will come to your door and say you're leaving. Should you want to hide and not leave, I have some advice to give you. On your arm, I want you to put, with a Sharpie, your Social Security number if you're under a mandatory evacuation and you don't leave, because it makes it that much easier just to identify the bodies.
True.
So we're staying. And can they see this cooler? Dick, can they see the cooler? So you see this cooler that he's resting on? This is my Coleman cooler, and I suggest that you have a cooler to put your supplies in. Why? Why do I like a cooler?
Because it's cool.
Because it's cool. Because after you take everything out of that cooler, you can put your ice in that cooler, and it'll stay iced for up to 5 days.
Also, it floats.
And it floats. Yes, it does. One of those Tupperware things might not float, but the cooler will float. So, Dan, open up the hood, the thing, and tell me, what do we have for our first item in our Superstorm survival kit?
See if I can get it open. Is there a latch over here?
No.
All right. First item.
Oh, yeah, we like these things. This is called Quick Dams. Quick Dam And am I recommending this product? Absolutely, positively. I am recommending this product because it works. This is what I use to keep the water out of my house. Dan, can you spread out one of those things for us so people can see them? Sure. Now, these are sandbags. Now, these quick dams, they come in sandbags. They come in 5-foot lengths, 10-foot lengths, 17-foot lengths. And it's a piece of fabric. Looks like an empty sandbag. But inside of that, there's crystals. And when those crystals become wet, it turns into gel. And that gel stops the water. I highly recommend these quick dams.
So instead of filling sandbags, you can do it the easy way.
Yes. You know, in the Army, I filled a lot of sandbags.
I feel way too many.
Way too many. We need to get some of this stuff for the post. We really do. These quick dams are great. I talked to the people over at Quick Dams, and by the way, it is a nice lady over there who owns that, and she says, you know what? Give us a call. We can make these up special for you, because I told her I was calling as the American Legion, the VFW, and she said, we will work with you. I'm going to post a link on our webpage and on Facebook that goes the link directly to Amazon where you can purchase these things. They're fantastic.
No, we don't get paid for this, do we?
No, we do not. We're not getting any compensation for recommending any of these products.
So no crazy affiliate marketing going on.
I would like to. If you're listening to my voice and you happen to be, one of these one of these companies that we're reviewing here, feel free to, send us a check. We'll take it from you.
Just make it out to cash.
Just make it out to cash.
We'll fill it out for you.
What's our next thing in our survival?
Next thing.
Oh, I love these things. My wife gave these to me as my anniversary present. They're called Gear Lights Model S300. And Dan, why don't you take one of these out here? You've seen these on TV, and I have to tell you that they work. They work unbelievably well. I was surprised how well these things work. And you know what? They're $15.99 for two of them. One of those has the batteries in it, and one of them doesn't. It runs on two or three. Do not look directly into the light. Did you see how bright they were? Everyone, close your eyes and open that up. I won't look at it all the way. Give it to them all. That's bright. One of these will light the entire room. It runs on 2 or 3 AA batteries. Let me have that. I love this thing. Has handles so you can carry it around. On the bottom, it has magnets so you can stick it someplace. It even has a hook so you can hang it like this. Get these lights because they work. These lights work. Gear Light S300.
Now, are they water resistant or anything?
They are water resistant. They are not waterproof. So rain's not going to mess with them. If you go out and take one of these with you to restart your generator, it's good to go.
I was just thinking about hanging it in the shower if you needed to. Taking a shower so you have light.
Well, if you put this on the bathroom sink, you'll have more than enough light. These things, don't look directly into the light. They're wonderful, and you can adjust it on how much light you want and whatnot. But it will light up. One of these will light up my entire living room and dining room. That's how bright they are. And I like these. They're Gear Lights. They're $15.99. You can find them on Amazon. And I am going to post the link when Dick gives us the video. I'm going to post the link.
Also not getting paid for these.
But I did talk to the nice people over at Gear Light, and I told them what we're going to do. And they have some other things that would be good for a Superstorm survival kit. And they're going to send some samples over for us to try out on the air, and we're going to do it. Floyd, I also think that we should get some of these for the VFW Hall.
I do too. I bought Northern Tool out of LED hanging lights the last storm.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, we didn't lose power at all this time. But those would be great to have.
They would be. They're awesome things to use. Do we have anything left in that Hurricane Survival Kit?
Your bag, you got anything in there?
Yes, I do. I'm going to come over and get that if you open that for me. Because we have one more thing that we need. And I have. Oh no, we have that. We have 2 more things. We have this. And we have the other thing. Yeah. How's that for radio? Walking away from the mic. The next item in your Superstorm Survival Kit is a Leatherman. Yes, a honest to good Leatherman, and I want you to go get a Leatherman. Why do I say that you need to get a Leatherman? Because these things are darn near indestructible, and they do get destructed. Leatherman's going to replace it for you. If you're military, you probably have a Leatherman.
I actually got issued a knockoff one in the military.
It's like running around with a fake K-bar.
Yeah, pretty much. The first one I had ended up breaking when I tried to grab something with clamps, and then the second one fell off a truck.
I will tell you that you cannot cut concertina wire with this. I've tried. This happens to be the current version of the Super Tool. This is 19 tools in one. You have your pliers, your needle pliers, your hardened cutting blades, a crimper, a wire stripper. Inside you have 2 screwdrivers and an awl. What do you need an awl for? Have you ever used an awl?
Probably.
Floyd, have you ever used an awl?
Yes,
what do you use an awl for?
If you want to punch a hole in a piece of leather or a piece of nylon material,
That's right.
it'll actually cut a hole through it. If you lose weight and need your belt tightened
I've never
up,
had that problem.
it will cut a hole in your belt.
They're-
Like a round hole.
They're wonderful for tarps. We're putting a hole in tarp. It really is. The other side has a can opener because
The
you have
most
to have a can
important
opener.
tool on that.
A wire stripper down at the end, and a Phillips head screwdriver that's detachable. You can purchase more of these tiny little heads that go in there. Bits. Thank you. I love the Leatherman. I carried one since 82 when I joined the military. This is my most current version. It comes with a pair of scissors on the outside. It comes with a serrated edge knife. It comes with a straight edge knife. And it comes with a saw that you can change out for a file. You want a Leatherman in your kit. How much time do I have, Dick? I got 5 minutes. Good. Last thing in part 1. Dan, show them what we got here.
It's a SanDisk USB drive.
We have a USB drive. This is, believe it or not, probably the most important thing in your Superstorm survival kit.
Not during, but after.
But after. I want you to take all of your important documents, your insurance cards, your medical cards, your medical records, your birth certificate, your deed to your house, to your boat. I want you to scan them and put them on a USB.
DD214.
DD214. Why would we do that, Floyd? Do you have any idea?
In case you wanted help from the VFW and wanted to become a member, you got to have a DD214.
Absolutely. And somebody afterwards, when you're cleaning up, is going, you got an insurance policy? Yeah, but I can't tell you what it is because it got destroyed in the flooded house. No. You now have it on that USB.
Yeah.
All of your important documents get scanned and put on that USB so you have them.
Now, I'm pretty sure they make water-resistant and waterproof ones, but, Doug, you're kind of cheap, and you just found this one in your drawer.
That is absolutely positively true. That's how I transfer things back and forth. That's why it's got the American Legion card on there, so that I know that all the stuff that on there goes to the American Legion.
Ziploc bag would make it waterproof.
There you go. Waterproofing right there.
What did you do in the military?
Shot people.
Outstanding.
I was in Vietnam in the 1st Cavalry Division.
You're a Cav guy?
A Company, 1st to 7th. Gary Owen.
I didn't know you were a Cav guy.
Yes, sir.
Doug, he said it. He was a photographer. He shot people for it.
When I got out, there wasn't a lot of jobs for paid killers, so I went to work for Houston PD.
You know, I have a friend who was who's with the teams, and when he got out, he was trying to fill out his resume, and he couldn't figure out how his skills transferred over into civilian life. And I said, it's really easy. When you put down your last job as U.S. sanctioned assassin.
Yep.
Yeah, he did that too. He was a strange guy.
I should have done that.
You're a wuss, though.
Yeah, I know.
It was just a grunt. Ground reconnaissance, usually not trained.
Doug, I brought my son in with me this morning. He is the
Hi, son.
direct.
Oh, if we had a camera, you have to go. You have to go stand by your dad. You have to.
He is the director of Lone Star Task Force, which is a swiftwater rescue group.
Oh, hey, round of applause. Yeah.
He spent 5 or 6 days waterlocked into Patton Village. They couldn't get out. And we have a high water rescue truck. They have a command trailer. They do search and rescues all over this part of Texas.
That's outstanding. Sir, thank you for your service. I appreciate that.
Yes.
And I'm sorry that Floyd's your dad.
Oh, no, I wasn't worried about that. I'm not a media guy. Sorry.
It couldn't have been easy growing up like that.
Oh, no, it was easy.
They are in need of a rescue boat. If anybody has an old John boat that's still floatable or would like to donate it, contact the VFW Hall or a fiberglass center console boat.
You heard him. If you have a boat out there,
Give it up.
that's right. You can call the radio station. You can call us at 936-344-3083. You can call the VFW. What's the number over there, Floyd?
My phone number, which will go direct to me, is 936-537-2361.
You heard it here first. Let's get our guys, our swift order guys. Let's get them a boat. And stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages. No, we're not. Oh, I'm closing the show. Oh, see, that's what I get for I don't have a name. I guess I'm out of time. So I want to thank my sponsors here, East Meets West Productions. Oh, wait a second. You're supposed to thank my sponsors.
Yes, Doug. I will reach over and grab my paperwork. All right. See, Veterans Air is made possible by the support of East Meets West Productions, full-service business consultants helping vets apply for SBA and FEMA grants. For more information, call 361-904-0044. And by the American Legion, Conroe Post 411. Post 411 meets the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. at 13614 Poplar Circle, Suite 201, Conroe, Texas. Visit AmericanLegionConroe.org for more information or call 936-207-2401.
Well, that about wraps up our show. But remember to tune in on October 3rd. Can't see my paper. 3rd at 1 p.m. for another resounding edition of Veterans Air. I want to leave you with this awesome song by Sailor Jerry. You heard it first here last month. It's called Strong. And while we're listening to this, I want us to remember our brothers and sisters in uniform today that are currently standing in harm's way to protect our freedoms and liberty. Let us pray for our friends and neighbors that weren't as lucky as we were in Hurricane Harvey. Until next month, I say to you all, stay vigilant, stay strong.
A tattoo on the back of his arm since 65. I've been to hell and back, but I'm still alive. It's those 18 months holding tough in that desert sun. It's a mama waiting back home with the little ones. Strong comes from endless places. Strong isn't many faces. Strong's fighting back when you're just holding on. Strong isn't in a battle. Strong is a horse and saddle. Strong's when you fall, but you get back on and on and on. That's strong. She has a scar on her chest from that surgeon's knife. She might have lost her hair, but she kept her life. It's hard to keep the faith when your body's the battlefield. It's a pain no one can see, but it still feels real. a folded flag for a father's son. It rises up when they get